Think I'm perfect.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Bitch is perfect.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
I'm perfect.
Perfect, perfect, perfect,
Perfect.
perfect.
What up, Fight World, man? It's your boy Banco Boxing. I'm about to make a quick video real quick. So I'm on Instagram, and as you know, there have been rumblings about Adrien Broner, who he will be fighting, and it looks like possibly in October he'll have headline another card. It'll be AB versus Iven Redkach. I believe they'll probably be fighting at 140 pounds, and I believe in the co-main will be Erickson, Lubin versus Dennis Hogan. I don't know too much about Dennis Hogan, but what I do know is I still believe in Erickson hammer Lubin. Like, Lubin looked very confident his last fight. He's looking better and better with Coach Cunningham. I believe this will be their third fight together. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Same thing with Adrien Broner. This will be his third fight with Kevin Cunningham. I know people just get upset about his offensive output, but if you take a step back and compare maybe his last two fights with Mike Stafford versus his last two fights with Kevin Cunningham, I think you'll see a fighter that's trying to put it all together, if that makes any sense to you all. You saw versus Jesse Vargas, he started a little slow, but he let his hands go. And that, unfortunately, is what made it go to a draw, because he just didn't start. He didn't get off early enough, but he landed the more effective punches. Whereas if you look at the fight before that, when one of his last fights to Stafford, I think one of his last two fights, he fought Granados, which he fought him with a hurt hand and won that. But you know, people thought he should have did better in that fight. And then how he did against Mikey Garcia, just camp, and I don't think he had a nutritionist or nothing back then. So you do see that his last two fights with Kevin Cunningham, he's been in shape. You saw him move around very good against Manny Pacquiao. He just couldn't figure out how to, I guess, he was countering him, but he should have been able to get off a little more. He probably would have possibly won that fight, because Pac-Man didn't do that much to him just because his movement gave him issues. Erickson Lubin, I forgot what the guy is. He beat on that, I think that was Jamal Charlo card. Yeah, I think it was on the Jamal Charlo card. He knocked out some dude. He beat him. And then before that, I believe he beat, I want to say, what's that? I believe he was on the Broner Pacquiao card, if I'm not mistaken. He fought Ishai Smith, and he stopped him. So I think it'd be a good fight. We saw Ivan Redkach stop Devin Alexander in his last fight on I think that was what, FS1. I don't know, man. I'm just over here rambling. I never seen Dennis Hogan fight, so I had to look at him. But like I said, I'm rolling with Erickson Lubin. I watched a couple Ivan Redkach fights. He does have I guess you can call him chinny. He's been knocked out twice. One of those was John Molina, a fighter who Adrien Broner beat easily. It all depends on what their AB game plan going to be. We know every fighter now just tries to say, hey, you may not get the knockout, you may not hit him as much, but just keep throwing punches. Try to throw more punches than he does, and they'll probably score for us. That looks like that's been the memo. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know really who to pick. If I'd have to go off the last performances, I would have to say Redkach possibly could win outworking AB. And people who know me know I'm an AB fan. But I'm pulling for him because he does have a way to turn fighters like Redkach and Molina and something else. He has a way of turning them to fight different and beating them easy. If AB can dictate pace and get off when he wants to, it's going to be his fight. It's an easy fight for him because he can do that all day. If you make AB fight when he doesn't want to and pressure him, then he's going to lose because he starts too slow. Unless he knocks Ivan Redkach out. Now I feel like, in a sense too, the AB might have a chip on his shoulder. Who knows? I hope he does, man, because it's kind of like he's forgotten about. Like, one thing you could say, he's not afraid to fight anybody, because he could have picked anybody to fight. Now looking at Redkach's record, he's like 23-4. He's not that good or whatever, but he just stopped Devin Alexander. Devin Alexander was a 2-weight division champ. So with that being said, this ain't no easy fight. This is a fight to pay attention to and to get up for and to work hard for. So one thing I do like about him, he say a lot of stuff people don't like, but I would call him a throwback fighter, just because he'll fight anybody. He carry, like he said, like CJ Goodfellas says, AB do carry himself like he came from the streets, and he'll fight anybody, because that's what you had to do growing up in the streets. They want to fight. Everybody wasn't always shooting back then. You had to fight with your hands. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go with AB.